Welcome back to your #1 stop for PSO2 news, guys, how-to, and everything in between. And today, I'm here to talk about the little cutie that opened my shoulder in the game. And yes, that is Miku. We all.
Because in this house, we worship Hatsune Miku.
And with that, we are going to be talking about how to actually get mags, unlock more, as well as how to use them inside of New Genesis. And then we turn also a little bit about PSO as well, since a lot of this does require some PSO2 stuff. But do not worry, if you haven't done anything in PSO, you will be fine here. But mainly, let's talk about how the new mag system actually works in this episode of What Is. Well, I explain mechanics and help you get the most out of PSO. And with that, if you are new here, you find that video helpful in any way, make sure to do the thumbs up, make sure to do subscribe, check out membership below, and with that, let's go ahead, let's get into this, let's discuss some mags. So the mag system is honestly right now a little underused, but that will hopefully change in the future. But nonetheless, the mag itself can be decorated. They have no stats, nothing of the sort. This is 100% cosmetic heal. And the mags can be, of course, switched out as you see fit. So let's go ahead, let's get into how to actually do this. So, to get access to your mag, all you need to do is open up your menu and head on over to guild/subpanels. And from here, you will see an option called mag. We have a few options here, which is, of course, a option to turn the mag on and off. So if you take a screenshot and don't want a lovely Miku or any other mag behind you, you can turn it off. We also have the ability of a change mag form here with a preview on the right side of what mag you have access at the moment. And by clicking change, you will see every single mag that you have unlocked inside of a New Genesis as of now. And a lot of these, by a lot, I mean like 99% of them at the time of the video is tied to bait PSO. We'll go into detail about how to get them in a moment. But for the time being, in the menu, you can see every single one, as well as actually pretty much show all, because sadly at the time of the video, we do not have any like editing at all of separating the mags out. But nonetheless, you can go ahead and see all the ones you got here. And by clicking on the mag, you will then summon it as your wonderful little mag buddy. But you might be wondering, how do you actually add new mags? And that it will add new form come in. If you click on it, you will have a list. In case of mine, I do not at the moment because I have used all my items, which once again we will get to. But if you have mag items, you will see them listed here. And you can go ahead and use them to unlock them on your character. But you might be wondering, how exactly am I supposed to be getting mags inside of New Genesis? As of now, once again, we don't really have any in New Genesis, but there is a small little thing here about that will hopefully change in the near future, because under mission path, we do have, if you go all the way to the end of the mission path system, you will note there is a device here, which will be a mag form. That will, of course, unlock a brand new mag, cosmetic outfit, that you can then walk on your character. But this involves going through the mission paths, and I will have a video coming up, probably right after that one, that will go into more detail about how the mission path system works inside New Genesis. So making sure you do like, favorite, subscribe. That way you don't miss out on that video. But for the time being, since it's not really any inside of New Genesis right now, we got a couple things that we can do here to get you any more mags. And this will require you to go back to bait PSO here. So you will go ahead, head on over to one of the Ruka devices. If you need more information on these, I got a video all about them. A link above and in the description. But nonetheless, you want to go ahead and go to block transfer and go all the way up to transfer to PSO2 block. And once you start this, you will start the process of switching the game over from New Genesis to bait PSO2. And once you are in bait PSO2, you're going to go ahead and have two options here you can do. The fourth option is the more simple, direct way, but also require you to have played PSO a lot more, which is, of course, by going over to the terminal and go to personal shop. After you type in your password to get into it, just know that password is exclusive to this device, not any like login information. And by going to personal shop, you can go ahead and head on over into a personal or product search. And from here, you can come on down into the categories. And under category, you want to go ahead and scroll all the way down to miscellaneous. And from here, under subcategory, you can go ahead and pick Mag devices. And this is what we are going to need. And by doing a search, you can go ahead and also find not only items that are used to feed your mag and get your mag more powerful, you will also find a mag devices. These are the items you are going to need for your mag. And as you can see, they are a little expensive coming through here. But there is a crap ton of these you can get your hands on. And honestly, I guess at that time, if you're a long-time player of PSO, a lot of these are, could technically be chump change. Since some of these are getting down into like the 10 million range, or 4 million range. Inside of Elite Ship 1 anyway. But that is still a option that you can do if you have the funds. If you do not have the funds and you don't want to go through the effort of buying the, since some of the mag devices was exclusive to AC scratches, and in return you have to go that way to actually get your hand on them, since a lot of these are no longer available in the game to actually get your hands on through, you know, the cat shop or anything. So you will have to farm up some setup to do that. But there is another way to get your hands on some other mag devices. So outside of the player shop buying it directly, we do have a few ways to do that. These sadly does require a little bit of work. They do get a little more convoluted, especially for some of the more well one here. But let's go ahead and just break down all the ways you can get the mags just by playing PSO2. So the fourth one you can get your hands on here, and down here in the shopping plaza, near the bottom where the TV is, we will have that wonderful little flop shop sale. So from here, if you go to flop shop 2, you will notice if you scroll down, he does have some mag devices that you can buy off of him. Small little catch here, which is that does require AC scratch ticket items. So do not worry, you do not have to go spend real money to actually get your hands on these. There is a nice quick way to do that, which is of course once you figure out which mag you want or how many of the AC scratch ticket items you actually need, you can of course just run over here to the computer, which you can find right up here. And by heading back into the player shop, you can go ahead and look up. Just mainly, the best way to do this is by just looking up like outfits. And you can just go ahead and find you some very, very cheap like AC items. Which, you know, is a little more on like the fancier end. So if you go like a page or two in, you will start actually noticing some of these. Or you can just do that with some other stuff as well. Pretty much any item that was originally tied to AC scratch, which is like the majority of the stuff that's not weapon related, you can go ahead and pick up some cheap items and then just run back to him and trade it to him to get the items. But that does require a little bit more setup, but still way cheaper than it would be if you were buying some other mag straight out. And in the net way to get this, the dude literally white net to him. You will go ahead and talk to him. And of course, you want to go down to a Challenge Mile Exchange Shop 2. From here, you will see pretty much he sells nothing but mag devices that does require a currency called Challenge Miles, which does involve you doing a quest, and as you complete the quest, you will get more and more of the Challenge Miles that you can then trade in for the mag devices. And to get your hands on the Challenge Miles, all you need to do is travel to any of the green elevators, and you want to go ahead and enter them. And from here, you want to go ahead and select a Universal Challenge Lobby. From here, you will be teleported to a very specific zone. Well, from here, you can just go ahead, run over to the deck counter over here, and you can just go ahead and start a quest. That will then give you the mile itself. So you can go ahead and go to challenge quests, and from here you get a list of some of the VR training. These are level 1, but there is a level 75 and up variant here. But you want to go ahead and pretty much pick the one that will have that little bonus symbol net to it, which will be a 50% more challenge mile on. So you want to go ahead and accept that quest. And once the quest actually began, you can just go ahead and run through that main gate over here to actually begin it. And then the next way you can get your hands on any more of these devices is once again the shopping plaza upstairs on the left side. There is a line of all these wonderful ladies, and you want to go ahead and talk to the badge and memory exchange. The thing is about this lady does have a whole bunch of different devices, but sadly some of these are not able to get your hands on anymore, such as if you go to a chain memory and go to Waggle memory, there will be an option down here to buy some of the devices. But sadly, these was originally tied to buying, I get the way to put it, like DLC packs of random items. And to my knowledge, I believe the items are no longer available in the game. So sadly, you can't get your hands on the. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comment below. So sadly, you can't get your hands on these as of now. But do not worry, there is some you can. So inside the same menu, if you go to a chain badge and you go down to black pink badges or alt badges, you will notice a few here. These are going to be another one you are going to have to do a little bit of legwork to actually get your hands on, sadly. But these are done by, of course, getting the badges. But you might be wondering, how do you get them? Because, once again, the game never really talk about the badges at all. And honestly, it's not that difficult. So what you are going to want to do here is head on over to the casino and run over here to this NPC. Where you stand by yourself, and by clicking on Client Order, you want to go down to a very specific quest. And take on the quest called Opportunity Meet for Reparation, which will give you a trigger here. Sadly, you can only do the quest once, but pretty much this is boiled down to you taking that client order, and you will run over here and play this mini game here. And after you meet the quest itself, you will go ahead, run back to him, turn the quest in, and get access to the trigger. And from here, you can go ahead and activate the trigger itself. With the easier way to do this inside the casino, into one over here to the deck counter, and you want to go ahead and go down to sub quest, and you want to pick a trigger quest, and from here you will have a list of all the triggers you have, and you pretty much just run that trigger quest, and you will get your hands on some of the badges. Once again, one time only here. But if you have multiple characters, or you have multiple friends that you can run it with, and you all gather a whole bunch of these triggers, you can pretty much farm up a decent amount. But nonetheless, this is still a lot of legwork to get your hands on the specific badges. And our final way to get your hands on some of the devices is once again back in the shopping plaza, back down here where the challenge area was, or the challenge mile stuff. And once again, by talking to the flop shop here, you can go ahead and head on down to Mission Badge Flop Shop. And you will go ahead and go down, and he will have a grand total of one more device you can get here. Sadly, the does require mission badges, and the main way you got the mission badge was through the mission pass that was originally available in PSO2. So if you're a return player and you actually did do the mission pass back in the day, you might have a whole bunch of these just laying around, but sadly, if you wasn't around or you didn't collect the badges, this one is pretty much, once again, just like the Waggle memory, kind of really off the table. But, you know, you might have a shot. You might have some, maybe. And now that you have some of these items and you inside PSO2, you might be wondering, how do you actually change the mag inside bait PSO as well? So we already discussed how to do it in New Genesis. You can do it by simply hitting your pause menu, going over into your mag, and go ahead and use a device. And from here, you will go ahead, have a list of the items you got, and you can just right click on it, and you will get a preview of what the mag will actually look like once you use the item itself. And then you can just go ahead and say yes, and your mag will then transform into that version. But the thing is to keep in mind about bait PSO2, unlike New Genesis, where New Genesis you can change your mag 100% for free without any issue. Inside of a bait PSO, if you want to go ahead and change your mag to something else, it will of course require a mag change pass. And the thing is about this, you will have to go ahead and exchange an item to get it passed. And how you do this is by going over to your shopping cart inside your menu and going down the flop shop. And you go on down, you will see an option which will be change form, change pass. And from here, you must trade one AC item to actually change your account. Once again, this could be you spending the 200 AC to buy an item with real money, or buying a cheap item off the player shop that you can then trade to get one of the passes and be able to change your mag that way. Once again, in New Genesis, you don't gotta worry about this. No issue, just a menu, and you're good to go. And that right there, how the mag system work in New Genesis, and how to get your hands on any more mags that you can then decorate your character in. So hopefully you have found that video helpful. Sadly, a lot of stuff is a little more convoluted to get, but hopefully in due time, more stuff will be added to New Genesis and give us any more opportunity to have more mag form without having to jump through the hoops or have to deal with certain ways of getting mag just not being able to be done anymore, because since New Genesis have removed certain content or has certain content tied to DLC stuff. But nonetheless, that is how you do it. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you need me to go in depth on any more of the quest types or anything to help you out on getting the miles or badges, just let me know in the comment and I will get on that. But for the time being, that would do it for me. So once again, make sure you do the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, hit all the bells. If you want to support the channel, be sure to check out membership below, or by coming on over to patreon.com/Macon. Links in the description for all of that. And if you are right now playing PSO, because honestly, now is a good time to play PSO2 New Genesis with the new update that came with Bouncer and the Tower Defense stuff and Mags and Battle Pass, all the jazz. I am, of course, streaming pretty much all day for the next few days, going into all the content inside this update. And if you have any questions, or if you want to join in on unlocking some of the new stuff, make sure you come on over to my live stream that I am doing right here on YouTube, and more likely probably live if you are seeing that video, as well as twitch.tv/TroyMacon. And also don't forget my Halloween marathon is still ongoing, as you can tell by the bookie dude in the back, and that just happenstance. But nonetheless, my Halloween event is still happening, where we are doing 24/7 Halloween game. So if I'm not live, don't you worry, I got you covered with some spooky games. But with that, that would do it for me. Hopefully that's been helpful, and I will see you all in the comments.